Now we're going to talk to Joelistics, who has branched out on his own after his stint with TZU, and he came into Triple R this afternoon, had a chat with one of the bods around here, and discussed about how he felt approaching his debut solo LP after his previous career in a group. And he's going to be playing tomorrow night at the Northcote Social Club with Issue and Polo C. But let's hear what he's got to say.
Firstly, I didn't set out to write a solo record. I went overseas and lived in China for 6 months and then in Paris for 6 months. And I had amassed a lot of music by the time I got back to Australia on my laptop. And I had written bunches of lyrical sketches, which I put them together and played it to Tim from Elephant Tracks, Earthboy, and he was really excited about it and wanted to push me to release it as a solo record. And if I had planned more meticulously with a lot more forethought the idea of writing a solo record, I think I would have done it differently. I guess I feel this was a really natural process because I wrote this music and it's a really honest representation of a year of travel. So the strong themes of the record are travel and, identity and maybe, the end of my 20s and just kind of coming to a point of assessment after being in TZU for a long time. And I love the music that I made with TZU, but I guess I appreciate Voyager's personal qualities. That's sort of what came out of it. I would say in TZU, there's 4 members in TZU, and we're all producers. So there's a lot of back and forth between ideas, and finishing a song can be an arduous process sometimes. But I think with the solo record, it gave me the chance to lord over every facet of the process and to explore, maybe the most indulgent aspects of what I wanted to do. I really went down some heavy electronica programming paths, and I would maybe not go so personal lyrically in TZU. It was a really refreshing change. I'm writing with TZU at the moment though, so I'm back in that collaborative creative process, which I love. I love it. And those 3 other individuals that I work with is, there's so much talent there. It's really inspiring. It's funny, when I was growing up, my parents broke up when I was about 2 years old, and they lived in the same suburbs generally. We moved around a lot, but I spent like my entire kind of youth up until when I was about 16, spending 2 weeks at one house and then 2 weeks at another house. So I feel like even in my kind of upbringing, there's this kind of pick everything up and move on philosophy, which is embedded in my whole being. So, and also coming from families too, both on my mother's side and my father's side of immigrants, it feels like travel is something that's just in my bones. And I guess I don't even know what the lessons are, other than if you've got a curious mind, you want to travel, you want to experience more and see more. And possibly the thing that I've really appreciate when I'm overseas is being an observer, like being put in that position of being outside of a group and being able to watch and interact, but not be of it. And I always felt like that in Australia even. So it's a great place to write from, and it's a great place to kind of observe humanity from, I think. This song's called Sooner or Later, and it's the heart of the travel themes of the record are embedded in this song. I really like the end because it has friends of mine from Paris and even some sampled stuff from China. There was this podcast that I used to use to learn Mandarin, and I've sampled that, and it's the song which I think adequately sums up my feelings on travel. And a lot of the lyrics were written at Bangkok Airport at about 3 in the morning when I was just en route coming home to Australia to enjoy.
That was Joel from Joelistics, and I'd just like to thank Simon Winkler for conducting that interview, and sounds like a good album, that one.